Hello everyone and welcome to Tie the Knot. This is Emeka the Romantic Muchiga. It's yet another beautiful episode hosting lovely couples, them telling us their stories. Thank you so much for always viewing. Thank you so much for subscribing. To those of you who have not yet subscribed, please make sure you subscribe because you are missing out on a lot of things. And I'm glad that single people out there are learning something. They are being inspired. With the time I started, people, I kind of had that negative thought, but from the time we released the very first episode, people have been asking for more and people have asked for more couples. And guess what? Today I am back with another beautiful couple. Now, this couple is quite unique because both of them do the same profession. And they are going to be telling us about that. Also, I do not know how people who are of the same profession get to love each other and decide to get married. Because now I've been seeing people saying, I'm a teacher, I can never marry a teacher. I'm a doctor, I can never marry a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me today on the show is Mr. and Mrs. Tuina Maskotobi, and they are both doctors. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So, Andrew, you're going to introduce yourself and also introduce your wife.
Yeah, I'm Andrew Tina Masko. I'm a medical doctor. She's Yvonne Kutesa. She's my wife to be. Yeah.
Yvonne Kutesa. That name Kutesa. She's also a medical doctor. So, first of all, how did you guys meet? Did you meet in like a hospital? Yvonne, you can go first.
Yeah, he tells the story. He told me the story of how we met. Me, I was not sure. But I've always known him for like a very long time. Like hearing him, like
okay.
you know.
How long have you heard about him?
About like 10 years. Like hearing, you know, around doctor circles, you keep hearing that this person, there's this person. Yeah, but meeting, I think we met in 2015.
2015?
Yes, in Rwanda. We were both in different universities.
Oh, you guys studied in Rwanda?
No, we're both in different universities here in Uganda. As in Bara, he was in Gulu.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a conference for students, for medical students. Yeah. So we all happened to go in different groups and we just happened to meet there. But I didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah. So, Andrew, you met in Rwanda. She says you tell the story better. Maybe you can tell us the better version since she said she's not sure.
It's a right story. So yeah, we met in Rwanda. I think we had gone for a conference for medical students. At that time, all of us were still medical students. Yeah. So I plus my other team from Gulu. She came with a team from Bara. Yeah. So, but because all of us were in Uganda. Somehow we found ourselves together.
Okay.
We were young. I was young. She was young. But of course her beauty was striking. So I got a crush. I liked her. Yeah, but I think it didn't progress at all.
In Rwanda?
Yeah, post that really. It was like a meetup, then you like someone.
Yeah.
But of course at that point I was a student leader. Yeah, I was leading medical students. At that point, I was a secretary general of the student association for the country.
Oh, nice.
But then the following year, I became the president for the Federation of Uganda Medical Students Association.
Okay.
And because as a president, so we had to organize lots of activities with the different universities. Yeah. Her university inclusive had a lot of in-country meetings and general assemblies. Yeah. So we really kind of quite continued meeting at a friendly level. At some point, she also became a leader in the same federation. Yeah, so the connection really kind of remained at that kind of a friendly level.
Yeah.
A professional level.
And also professional level. So we really didn't date until all of us were done with school.
Also, you did not want to date in school. Why? Why was that?
No. Me dating her.
It means us to
Yeah,
be
like
together.
us. So we really kept friends. So I can be friends with you or with her. We chat once in a while, randomly, not just really.
So during the time when you guys were friends at school, weren't both of you seeing other people? Or
Yeah,
you were seeing someone else? And you're also seeing someone else?
definitely.
And what attracted you to each other? What made you say that, okay, now I think this is the right person, let me settle for them? Andrew, you can go first. What made you what made you leave that relationship and you're like, man, this could take a girl here?
What should I say? Relationships really have a cycle, according to me.
Yeah.
Especially for relationships that are starting, but also for transitional young relationships. So from my end, I think as in relationships, like during school time, up to post school, then COVID came in. For some other reasons, really, the previous relationship has ended. Yeah, and I was single.
It ended. It went with COVID. Eh?
COVID didn't take it, but probably it was the same period, really, that COVID was coming in. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I was single. I didn't know much about her sexual relations and her relationships. Yeah, so that's how I remained single for and available.
Which year was that? 2019.
Yeah, that was 2019. Yeah, but of course we started speaking in like real initiating dating conversations in 2020, like early 2020.
Early 2020. Yvonne, what made you leave the past relationship you were in when you were at university and you're like, let me settle for Mr. Twina Masco?
It ended. I don't even remember when, but it had ended. it was already in the past. But I think I was done with internship at the time. I think I was working in Bara.
Yeah.
I was single, but he kept calling and calling, calling.
When he called, what went through your mind? Weren't you like irritated at one time?
No, you know, someone overcalls you and you're like, okay.
Let me just give him attention. Eh?
Maybe he's like, hello, I'm coming to Bara. Can I bring for you anything?
Oh, wow.
The guy, those days I used to like a lot of Javas, of red velvet from Javas, the cake. So every time he would call, what can I bring? Javas, red velvet. What can I bring? Red velvet. So he would always come, bring for me things, small gifts, jumpers, what. So somehow, I think.
You got taken out.
Somewhere there.
All right. So when you began talking about dating, Andrew, what words did you tell her? How did you convince her? And secondly, doctors most times never want to date each other. I've seen it a lot with many doctors. I've also seen it with lawyers. Lawyers hate each other. A lawyer cannot date a lawyer. So when you talked to her and initiated the dating conversation, you're like, hey, I like you. How did she take it? And weren't you fearing inside your heart? Weren't you fearing rejection?
Well, no, like I said, I think I had liked her way before. That was like an internal feeling that never got to be expressed. Yeah, so recollecting memories, really, we kind of started talking around May 2020.
Okay.
But at that time I think initially it was like a random WhatsApp chat. Yeah, and then we were talking about relationships, and then I was telling her I'm single. Incidentally, she said she was single. At that point I felt that, yeah, I need to launch. Yeah, yeah, because I saw an opportunity, and I thought and felt at that point I need to grab it. Yeah, so I immediately started expressing my honest feelings to her, texting every day, calling. Yeah, I think I consistently did it like for a very long time, for quite some months. And of course, for someone you saw, I know like the first months really, May, June, July, I wasn't really seeing any interest from her.
Yeah.
But I really kept consistent because I mean, I was single, I was not in a rush, but at that point I also really wanted someone that I can
Settle with.
but that's someone I also love.
Yeah.
Sometimes crushes really are very they come with a strong heart connection compared to random people. Yeah, so that's why I kept sustaining the conversations even when I think she wasn't so much into it. So yeah, somewhere August she started picking up. I was like, okay.
Yeah, in your heart you're like, now she has started cooperating.
I mean, like sometimes you tell her, you know, I miss you, and she responds with not a love emoji, but an emoji that is a little bit.
Oh, so when you'd say I miss you, what was always her response?
Do I still remember?
Because if thank you, you'd say I miss you and she says thank you. My God. Yvonne, what were you up to?
Sure, you can't make things easy now.
So you were making things difficult for him. You didn't want him to have it the easy
I
way.
think I was also in that state of.
But I think she was.
You're there, you're not sure.
So even what made you so sure that he was the right one?
Consistency, I think.
The consistency in the I miss yous, the buying you of gifts.
Yeah, he's very consistent, even up to now. He's very consistent. There's never been a moment where I feel like, So it's the same energy from the beginning.
You see, for many people, now like me, if I say I miss you and you say thank you, hey, that will break me very badly. To you who is watching, have you ever told a lady you miss her and she says thank you? And also, during that period, did you ever say I love you?
Yeah, I did like several times really.
What was your response?
You ignore, of course, at that point. If someone tells you they love you.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
You ignore.
You blue tick.
Yeah.
One is a hot girl.
I think she really used to ignore a lot. But I was like, okay. I was, and really also my close friends knew. I was like, I like her. I love her. So whatever happens, I'm just going to put in my energy until.
Along the way, people tend to give up. You are consistently doing this for like a month or 2 or 3, and you're not getting, or it's not yielding any positive results. People give up. Didn't you feel at one point like, man, let me just give up and let this girl be?
No, so long as at some point, what really gave me hope was she had told me that she was single. And
didn't you like think that okay, there might be other guys hitting on her?
I definitely thought so. It crossed my mind several times. But I was like, okay, until she comes out and says, no, stop your inconveniencing. I don't lose anything really by calling and expressing myself.
My guy, you're so consistent. Yeah.
So I really did it like until we met, like real first meeting, like trying to meet as a couple.
Yeah.
She was working in Imbara, so I used to do a lot of trips in Imbara.
From Gulu?
No.
Or from Kampala?
As best here by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to meet her, but still, there was no vibe. The
vibe was low.
Yeah.
Pulling strings.
Yeah.
You were young. You're now old. Anyway, so Yvonne, when did you decide to? That day you said yes. The day you said yes to him, not the proposal. I mean yes to dating him. How was that day like for you? Did you come prepared for it?
I don't think there was such a day of saying yes as per se. But it was more, I think it was around your birthday, right?
Yeah.
Around, his friends, they had organized a trip to Ginger.
Yeah.
I was in Bara. So he invites me. It's a funny story because I was in Bara. So when he told me about it,
Yeah.
I used to stay with my parents, so I sort of escaped from home and came to Kampala. I don't even remember, so many lies. But of course. So I came to Kampala. I was staying at my sister's place. I don't even know what I told her. But for him, he knew I was in Bara. So he drove with his friend to Bara to pick me. Wow. When he reaches home, he calls, "Hello, I'm outside the gate." I get out. I'm like, "But what are you talking about? I'm not seeing you." He's like, "I'm outside the gate. Have you seen?
Kumbe, you're in Kampala.
Kampala for me. So by the time he realized that I was in Kampala and for him was in Bara, he had to drive back.
You did a return journey?
Yeah, we did. She was a very bad communicator. But I really also have this good friend of mine who is always there. So we drove home, like, by the way, he knew that it would be like my first time really kind of having like a deep connection with her.
Yeah.
So like, let's go and pick her, and then we reach there and she's in Kampala after driving.
So you go back to Kampala?
So we returned, of course. We reached a bit late, but yeah, she gave us time.
So I think when he did that, I was like, let's just go. Let's just go. Because I mean, that was such a big gesture. So I was like, yeah, so like, let's see where this goes. Yeah, so went for that trip. Initially, I thought we were going to go and come back. Then we reached, and then they had planned these whole activities and those things. Now, fun ginger candy.
Yeah.
So somehow, I think we got talking, and yeah.
Okay, now when you were talking, we want to get the whole story. So when you guys were talking, he says, "I want you."
Yeah, but I don't want to say like there was any one point when I said yes.
Ah.
That
I think the relationship
yes moment. It just started.
It sparked off. So how did you know that, okay, now we've started dating?
I think it's natural.
Did she finally say "I love you" that day?
Not that day. She took quite some time. Yeah, but I think really sometimes love is beyond words. I think the actions, the behavior. You will see someone that she's in, even if she does not really necessarily tell you. For some reason, some people really kind of, they express love differently. Probably at that point, I think her expression was not really verbal.
Oh, it was more of action.
Yeah, but I saw really now like the relationship flowing, because after that trip, I think the connection became much
deeper. That was 2020?
Yeah.
2020. Okay. All right. So you guys now have started dating, and now let's talk about the proposal. How was the proposal? Or did he propose like a munyankole man, gave you a ring and he's like,
So we had gone for a trip somewhere. Then we went at this jewelry shop. I picked out a ring because I think I've always known what I want.
Wait, so he told you to pick a ring, or you just...
No. So we agreed. So I picked out my ring. He paid for it. He gave it to me.
Wait.
She never put on that.
I refused to wear it with this thing of sha. I want a proposal.
So you guys went to a jewelry shop. He paid for the ring and told you... Wait, and he told you, "Bano Juarez."
In its box.
You go,
So I think I
what did he say when he was giving you the box of the ring in the box?
I don't know. I don't remember exact words, but he just gave it to me in the box. Besides, I picked it out myself. So.
So he gave it to you.
But I refused to wear it with this thing of.
He must propose.
Yeah. I refused to wear it for quite some time, by the way.
So meaning you had a formal proposal. How was the formal proposal? I thought you just gave her that ring and you're like,
I think no, yeah. Honestly, I think even before the trip, initially I had really wanted like to propose from the trip, and then I think I got carried away with work just before the trip. So I think I had wanted like to pass by a jewelry shop, buy a ring. Then as we head to the airport, I be with my ring.
Oh, you guys were flying out of the country?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
wow,
did.
somewhere.
Where were you guys going?
We went to Zanzibar. Yes, so because of the timing and all that, I really never got that opportunity. So we went. So in my mind, I was like, okay, this can be done later. But then when we reached and we were moving around the towns there, yeah, we came across a jewelry shop and I'm like, let's go there. They get you a ring.
Wow.
But she loved, I think but also sometimes when you don't want to error, yeah, she picked her own ring. She picked what she liked and I paid for it, put it in a box very well. I handed it over to her with the certificate of authenticity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about the proposal. How was the proposal? The formal proposal.
Yes, so at that point, I now had to like kind of think out on when I can really have like a formal proposal.
Yeah.
I was seeing her with a ring, she wasn't putting it on. So I was like, oh, maybe she needs a proposal. Yeah, so I think the only opportunity I had was my birthday, because she's not someone who really wants these mirrors where you come and put huge words, I love, will you marry me? And then everyone else is clapping. I knew like that as part of her personality. So I really wanted like to kind of get an opportunity where I keep it that small.
Yeah.
But also I wanted it to be a surprise. It had looked like it was an expression of a typical Munyankole, really buying a ring and just giving it someone you love. So I wanted to challenge the status quo. Yeah, so now on my birthday, but I think it's also interesting because the first time we had a deep connection was on my birthday celebration. That was 2020. And then I thought maybe doing the same on my birthday would make much more sense.
2021.
2024.
3.
No, 2023. 2023. Yeah, last year. So tell her, you know what? I think we should go out. We go somewhere. Incidentally, I also had work at that point. She wasn't feeling very well, but she was like, it's okay, we can go. I just told her, I have one more friend of mine who is tagging around. Yeah. So we went. I went and picked the ring from home. No, not from home. Yeah. So we went. We went to Divine. We had talked to them like previously, trying to arrange things, make sure some flowers are there. And everything and the setup. So we went, had normal birthday celebrations, ate, moved around, took pictures in the place. I don't think it ever crossed to her mind that
you were going to propose.
Proposal, but I mean you could see like some small setup,
some decoration.
But I don't think she could attribute it to us. Yeah. At that point, I think she had given up on the proposal. I'm not sure. I've never asked her because I think it was. Yeah. So, yeah. Then all of a sudden, we kind of my friends and I kind of started working out things, and yeah.
So Yvonne, how did you feel that time? He has told you are going for a birthday celebration, then boom, the Munyankole man is on his knee. Did he get on his knee?
Definitely.
Munyankole man getting on his knee. He bent the knee. So how was that whole thing for you?
So like you said, we had gone for his birthday celebration. I think I had a friend, he also had a friend with us. I think I'd bought for him a cake. Yes, I'd bought for him a cake. So we go to the place, we have lunch. I remember I was with my friend, we went, took pics. Funny thing, you know, they have that Lakeside, I think it's whatever that place is. So I kept seeing them decorating, but Of course, I didn't think it was mine. I could tell it was a proposal.
Yeah.
So I went with my friend, we're actually taking pictures before the proposal in the Akadeko because I was like, it's a nice for lamps. So I was taking pics with my friend. We were okay. She didn't even tell me anything.
But did she know?
I started telling the waitress, pink cake, we want to cut and go. Papa, yeah? I'm telling people, time to go. Everyone is, let's come back. Let's just go to the toilet. This one first walked out with his friend. I'm like, Banange, where are people, eh? So I didn't realize, I think till 5 minutes to the proposal when everyone was around me was acting funny. Nepa saying, first come go down. First, because we're seated up. He told me, first come down. That's when I was like,
Something fishy is going on.
I
So,
told them,
did
I don't know.
did it cross your mind that he's going to propose?
Like within the last 5 minutes is when I had an idea, maybe. Yeah, but before that, no.
And how did you feel when he knelt down and asked for your hand in marriage?
I was a crybaby then. I cried.
She cried.
I cried. I don't even think I said yes. Probably I just cried the whole time.
And for her cry,
A sign that she's so big.
so you no longer cry, baby. A bit. Anyway, so wow, that's a very beautiful story. So how has the dating process been, Yvonne? How has it been dating Andrew?
Oh, of course, just like any other couple, there've been some hard days, some good days, but most of the days are good. I think that's why we decided to take this step.
How did you deal with the hard days?
I think prayer. Prayer has played a very big role in our lives. I think I've even told God very many times about him, even before I actually met him. I think another sign that I got, maybe he was the one. I had another friend of mine and we're doing this thing of praying and fasting for our future husbands. And he came right after that session had ended. So probably, I've never told him. So probably I think that day after we had finished fasting and praying is when he started. So probably, yes, I was like, maybe this is a sign. Yeah, but I think prayer.
And how has it been dating Yvonne?
Yeah, really, like she said, there are those downs. Yeah, but I think for me, yes, prayer. Because for me, from the first time, I made up my mind that this is the person I want.
Yeah.
And really, I had prayer, had my deep conversation with God. I said, I want you in this journey. This is the person I want. So on top of prayer, really, I added consistency. Even in hard times, really my consistency was there. Because I was really deeply convinced that this is the person I want. So it kind of helped me to sail through the challenges. But of course, the biggest times really of the dating process have been positives. We've enjoyed the journey.
You've enjoyed the journey. All right. So about the journey, enjoying the journey, I'm going to start with you, Andrew. What has been that best moment during your dating period? You look at that moment, and you're like, I wish this happens over and over again.
I think I've enjoyed so much the trips I've had with her. There are not so many, but yeah, we travel a lot together once in a while. And I really, for me, they are very beautiful moments that I treasure. Yeah, then of course we reached out a point, and I think the ultimate was when I proposed to her and she accepted. So I think those are my best moments. But I still enjoy the trips, really. I still have all the memories of the trips in there. She's a very fun person. She's so daring. There are things she would do on trips that I would be so scared of. Like adventurous.
Like bungee jumping.
She's so adventurous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yvonne, what are some of those best moments you look at in your relationship with him and you're like, I wish this happens more often?
I think just like you said, for me, it's still the trips.
The trips.
Maybe plus the Kuchala, I think I was very happy.
What tell us about the Kuchala?
No, we had a Kuchala somewhere last year. towards the end. Yeah, it was a very
What made it so
blessed
special?
moment. I think I was just very happy
Oh,
that someone was willing to come home and commit, yeah, and make themselves known to your family. Yeah.
how did your family perceive it when you told them that I'm bringing someone home?
I think they were okay because I mean, by the time I brought someone home, I was old. So probably they were even starting to get worried at some point and wondering what's happening to her. So they received him. They received him and they love him.
Very well. Interesting. And Andrew, when you were meeting your in-laws for the first time, what was going through your mind? Did you have that fear? Because most times when you're meeting your in-laws, man, it's never easy. First of all, me, I had to buy new clothes. I sweated. It was on a cold day. The first day I met my father-in-law, it was very cold. We were in Bushenyi, very cold, and it was raining. But I sweated. And I had to take off the jumper. Did you go through the same thing? Or for you were so composed?
I think I'd met her brothers before, like young brothers.
My sister was.
I'd met the sister before. So for the siblings, it was okay. For the dad, I'd met him at one of the functions before, but it was really like late hours of the function. It was dark. We didn't have any conversation at all. So anxiety really was there. But of course, because, when you're going for child and you have all your colleagues on the sides, some that have gone through the same, you kind of get that. Yeah, so, but also I think the anxiety kept wearing off as we went. So by the time I reached the function, I think I was okay.
Do you guys believe in that myth going around that people of the same profession can never date or marry each other? Both of you are doctors. And I've seen a couple of doctors saying, man, I can't date a doctor. I know how they do this. I know how they think. They are always busy. I don't want to date a person in my profession. Do you guys believe in that myth?
Personally, I think the past relationships have still been.
They've been doctors. So you've never dated outside the doctor? Oh. Which profession?
Was a computer engineer.
So engineer. The worst was. Hey, so you first dated a doctor, went to a computer engineer. Engineers need that.
So, and people around me, most of us are married fellow doctors. I think it's easier for us because we understand each other. Also, the other people in our environment, it's hard for me to meet other people, I guess, because it's always the same people around you. Same. Yeah.
I think, to me, I think it's two-way. But my own experience is that sometimes when we relate, we forget about professions, especially if you have like some things you believe in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because when I was at campus, at some point I dated someone who was not a medical student.
Which course were they doing?
Do I still remember? It was an arts course. The only thing about it is that they have a lot of time.
Hey, art students have a lot of time.
The relationship didn't last long though.
Hey.
But I think even when I dated like a medical student and later her, I really didn't clearly see any difference when it comes to professions and relationships. I think the difference comes into practice, in that so and so is busy, both doctors are busy, but to me I think it's about prioritization, and if you're able to give the relationship time. At the point when we had started like dating, she was in Imbara working. I was doing a project in Lira, coordinating Lango region and Teso, but based in Lira.
Yeah.
So you can imagine like Lira, Kampala, 370 kilometers, Kampala, Mbara, almost 300 kilometers. But I can assure you that we used to meet.
So you
often.
Lira?
Yeah, but somehow Lira, Kampala. So at that point, even before she moved to Kampala, she used to come once in a while to Kampala and we meet. I used to go to Mbara and we meet. So I think we used to create time.
Yeah, for each other.
Amidst schedules. Even now, I mean, she's practicing, very busy doctor. But there is always time for a relationship. There is always time for going out. There is always time for doing trips. There is always time for hanging out. So to me, I don't believe in the myth of
you can't date a person
just because I know doctors do this, they don't have time. So I still think it's a myth, and I don't think it should be a limitation to people's relationships, really.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. And how are the wedding preparations going on? Oh, for the record, I'm hosting their wedding. Yeah. So how are the preparations?
Yeah, we've been doing much of the work internally as us, trying to get the best theme and concept for our wedding. Yeah. Because the wedding is really about two people. And for now, I should say from our end, our vision for the wedding, we have like 100% visualization of how we want it to be.
Interesting.
So now what's remaining is, getting the other externals to have their input. It could be prayer, it could be financial, it could be all that. Yeah, but really we have a thematic visualization of how we want the wedding.
Even they normally say it's a lady who picks the service provider, mostly decoration. Yeah? Have you chipped in, or you're like, let him do his thing since he's the man?
I think most of the ideas are mine.
Most of the ideas are yours.
Most of them now. Most of them are mine. Yeah, but things are so expensive. But we will find a way.
Definitely.
Yeah, things are expensive, but we'll find a way. Yeah, but I think my ideas are what I've always wanted is
sometimes they say weddings are for the women enjoy weddings the most.
More than the men, yes.
Yeah, so but she has a whole log where she just checks service provider, this is the deco person I want. This one, so that's,
and you're like, please have it.
Yeah, I really chip in once in a while, but most of course she won't select the shoes that.
Okay.
Suit I selected.
His suit you selected.
No, she gave me what she would love.
For you to put on.
It's her wedding.
Anyway, as we are concluding, aren't you guys to look at each other and give yourselves assurances? Let's start with you, Yvonne. Aren't you to look at him, assure him, tell him, I will love you until the last injection, or I will love you until COVID comes back. I don't know. I don't know what sweet words you doctors use. I will love you till ICU is no more. Look at him and.
Why can't you go first? Anyway, Andrew, I love you so much, and I promise that I'm going to be the best wife, your one and only best wife. I promise to be the best person there for you. I will love you till forever. Till forever, even after forever.
Andrew.
Yeah. So Yvonne, I really love you so much. It's an affirmation, and really it's plus practice. Honestly, I'm going to love you with my whole soul. the way I've been a good boyfriend. Yeah, I'm excited about the journey that we are going to have. And I think with God, it's going to be a very exciting journey. We'll grow together in love.
Nice. Beautiful. Single people, anyway, single people, young people out there have that fear of getting into relationships. They have that fear of being rejected. They have the fear of being hurt. So, what advice would you give to any single person out there who feels they want somebody in their lives but they are scared? What advice? Let me start with you, Yvonne. Advice to the girl child out there.
I think God.
God, yeah?
God. Like I told you, for me, I prayed and fasted and here we are. The following day, here we are. And I think it's very important. You let your requests let your requests get known to God. And there are good men out there. Despite everything being gone through, there are still good men out there.
Have you ever belonged to the Men Are Trash Brigade?
Of course.
Aye. But you look to be one. Andrew, advice to the boy child out there who fears committing, because in this generation, men really fear committing. What advice would you give them? And also, what advice would you give to that one who has been hurt many times? Like, that Jane, Kampala women.
Yeah, really. Number one, relationship is a very good thing.
Yeah.
And love is a very, very good thing. And love comes with ups and downs. If you wanted to do a survey, every married person right now probably has had, not every, we could say 95%, they've had heartbreaks at some point. They've had relationships end. So I don't think there should be a limitation to continue trying love, because love builds you as an individual. It builds your stature in community, but also it brings out that kind of an emotional feeling that keeps you living every day, even when other things out there are tough. So for me, I believe in love. And my advice to everyone out there who is scared, those who have been hurt a lot, women are very good people.
Women are
Very good people. Women are very good people. Even Kampala women, they are very good people.
Kampala women.
You try and you move. I think relationship, eventually, if you find the right person, no matter how long it takes you, but you will always find the right person. So I think everyone really should try out, and they shouldn't be restricted by anything.
Interesting. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. It's been a beautiful story. Two doctors falling in love with each other. It's rare for me to find two doctors in love, and I think I have got myself personal doctors in case of anything. Andrew this, Andrew this. So what do you specialize in? What your general?
She's more of a clinical doctor than me. I'm a public health specialist. Now I'm policy and all that. That's where I am.
Interesting.
So she's doing the clinical bit on my behalf.
Any pain in my body? Dr. Yvonne. Interesting. That is beautiful. Anyway, future Minister of Health. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's Tie the Knot with the Maker of the Romantic Muchiga. We've heard from Andrew and Yvonne. Beautiful love story. Two doctors coming together. A lady who used to belong to the Men Are Trash Brigade, but guess what? Here she is, tying the knot very soon. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Catch you again next time with another couple. So, in case you would want to come and sit in this chair and tell your story, please reach out to me on all my social media handles: Facebook, The Romantic Muchiga; Twitter or X, The Romantic Muchiga; Instagram, The Romantic Muchiga; mobile money, I'm joking, The Romantic Muchiga. Anyway, so just in case you want to tell your story, people have beautiful, unique stories out there. In case you want to offer advice to people out there, to couples, to single people, because I believe this is a space that is going to lift the negative PR marriage has. because lately marriage has been having negative PR. But I believe when people listen to such stories, they get hope. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you again next time, and bye-bye.